Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me in. It's a Sunday morning. It is 8:52 in the morning and I'm just getting ready for work. And I was thinking of doing another foundation, not first impressions because I've already worn it a couple of times, but I think I know how I feel about it, but I still wanted to do like a wear test. So yeah, that's what I am looking to do today. I am going to be reviewing the Maybelline Dream Urban Cover Foundation. This is the one with SPF 40 and it says it's anti-pollution as well. I have it in the shade 220 Natural Beige, which is pretty much my perfect shade match. And in everything Maybelline, I'm usually a 220 Natural Beige. It does say that it's full coverage and it's a lightweight protective makeup. I'm just gonna go on Maybelline's website and see what other claims are for this foundation. So basically, I normally don't tend to do this, but I feel like it just might be a good idea to do it just so that, you know, everyone's aware of the claims and everything. This has been circulating a lot in the YouTube community at the moment. Everyone's been talking about it, raving about it. I've heard so many good things about this one. So I thought I would actually get my hands on it as soon as it got here. So I'm just on their website at the moment. I'm actually in front of my big, large window at the moment. And I love filming in natural light lately. Like that's what I've been doing for the last, I think, three of my videos. And it's just, it's perfect lighting, you know. Anyway, so on this one, before I go into it, it says, take on the city with our first lightweight protective foundation. This lightweight foundation is enriched with SPF 40 and antioxidants to protect against pollution and UVA, UVB rays. As I go in, meet Dream Urban Cover, our first lightweight, flawless finish foundation specifically formulated to protect imperfect skin. On the Australian website, it seems like it comes in 10 shades, which is really not that broad of a shade range, to be honest. And also, it doesn't go quite as deep as well. It's really a little disappointing, to be honest. I did not know that until I got on here. So benefits are flawlessly face the city with Maybelline's first protective foundation makeup, specifically formulated to shield skin from harmful environmental aggressors. This lightweight foundation has broad spectrum SPF 40 and is enriched with antioxidants to protect against pollution. It not only leaves a natural looking finish, but protects your skin day after day. Available in 10 different shades. Not the best. It says how to use or apply. Apply this liquid foundation to the skin and blend with fingertips, a beauty sponge, or a makeup brush. So what I'm gonna do, I've already got moisturizer and I've got my under eye cream on already. Anyway, so the sponge that I'm going to be using today is my Morphe sponge. So anyway, again, I'm going in with my 220 Natural Beige in this shade. I've shaken up the bottle a little bit and I'm just going to be taking it up in my palette here. I'm not using any primer or anything like that. I've taken about that much. It's a little bit, so it's a squeezy tube, so it's a little bit harder to kind of control how much foundation you take out. But at the same time, it is one of the most hygienic ones as well. So I'm just gonna go directly in with my sponge. I'm just grabbing a little bit. As you can tell, like it's a really good shade match. It's like it's one with my skin. It really does a good job of evening out my skin tone. And I really appreciate that because I've got a lot of freckles and a little bit of discoloration around my nose. And so as you can tell, like it's not that full of a coverage, to be honest. Whatever is on the sponge, I'm just gonna take it down my neck. So that is the first layer of foundation. I'd definitely say it's a medium coverage, like for sure. So however much we've taken, I've pretty much used up all of that. And then I think I'm gonna have to definitely take some more for the second layer. However, like it did, you know, cover up my entire face, so I can't complain about that. It's not as matte of a finish as well. I feel like it's a very demi-matte finish. I'm just gonna take a little bit more. And you do get about 30 mils or 1 fluid ounce of product in this one, which is pretty standard for all foundations. Okay, so taking up that much again, and again going in with my sponge and just building up the layer. So I started with this area here because I do have a lot of freckles that peek through, and I know freckles are in, it's just not my thing. All right, so that's what that looks like. I can still see a little bit of my freckles peeking through, but yeah, like you can see there's a lot of shine, and again, I've only used my moisturizer and nothing else. So there's definitely, it's a semi-matte or a demi-matte finish foundation. Something that I feel like I would definitely need to set with a powder. Going like being in summer and an oily T-zone, it's definitely something that I would have to definitely set with powder. I'm just quickly going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape. I'll do the face base on camera and then eyes and everything off. I'm not going to be using a lot of concealer today. And for concealer, I prefer to use a brush. This is the BH Cosmetics one from their Marble collection. It's just a sponge, makes my eyes really, really watery. Alrighty, so that's concealer done. Just gonna quickly set that with my Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder. And this is in the shade 10, Fairlight. Just going to be using a dry sponge for that. There we go. And I'm just going to set the rest of my face with my Maybelline Fit Me powder. Again, it's the pressed powder. I've been using this pretty much every day since I got it. I've almost hit pan. I feel like this one, compared to my Australis Fresh and Flawless, this one seems to last a lot longer. No, like less coverage than that for sure. I'm just using my face brush or complexion brush from e.l.f. And I'm just going to wipe off the bake now. Normally I would leave it a little bit longer, but for my bronzer, I'm just using my Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade Medium Cool 200. For my blush, I'm going in with NYX Blush in Mauve, or Mauve, with my e.l.f. complexion brush. And then for my brows today, normally, like lately I've been using the tattoo brow, but because I don't have time, I'm going in with my tried and true Rimmel Brow This Way Brow Duo just going in with the powder side and just quickly filling in my brows. Alrighty, that's as good as it's gonna get, and I'm just going to use the bronzer again to just kind of give a wash of color to my eyelids. Such a pain to open this. I'm just on my nails yesterday, so I don't want to kind of ruin them. Going back in with the bronzer and the Clinique shader brush. I'm just going to quickly coat my eyelids. There we go. And then for my eyeliner today, because I do want to do an eyeliner, don't know why, I am late. I'm officially late. I'll just go in with the Urban Decay palette, and I'm just going to go in with Jet, the black shade in the middle. They're similar looking anyways. Alrighty, so that's good enough. I did just get some fall. Ooh. And then for my mascara, I'm just going to be using my Maybelline Mega Blush Volume Express. It's the light blue color. And I'm not going to set my face as well with a setting spray, because you want to get like the most out of this one. Hey guys, I am back looking like a grease ball, and especially in this lighting, it's no joke. But it is about 8:11. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's 8:11 at night, 8:12. I've had this foundation on for about 12 hours now. I didn't actually get to finish my video earlier because my memory card got full and I was running uber late. I actually had to get my husband to drop me to work, which he was very kind enough to do. So yeah, anyways, so I've had this makeup on for about 11 hours now, and I haven't touched up even once. And like I told you before, my usual oily areas is like my T-zone, which is exactly what's really shiny at the moment. But I thought I would come on here to kind of show you guys what it's looking like. I feel like everywhere else it's looking really good. My under eye area as well, where I baked, looks really good. The only areas where I feel like it's very oily right now is literally my T-zone, and especially my nose area. It is extremely shiny around that area. Even a little bit along here. I did notice a little bit of crazing around my smile lines, which is very normal for me. But right now, as my oils are coming through, it's not as shiny or creasy. But right now, as my oils are coming through, it's not as creasy or anything like that. I think I just have a lot of fat, so it just kind of emphasizes a lot of my cheek area. And anyways, moving on. So I think now, typically on a normal day, I tend to blot my face a little bit after lunch, so just around the midday mark for me. And it could be, you know, my lunch being sometimes at 2 o'clock or sometimes at 12:30, so it really depends. But I normally tend to touch up just around my lunchtime area, and it tends to last pretty much all day long. Sometimes I'll also do it around the time that I'm leaving from work, especially if I'm, you know, catching up with friends after work, or maybe just somewhere to be after work. So I do tend to touch up on a normal day just because I know what my skin is like, and also sometimes I'll have a little bit of transferring issue just around my eye area. So yeah, but anyways, I think now because I'm going to touch up anyway on a normal day, I just wanted to show you guys how touching up on this situation looks like. So I'm just gonna, because I always use a tissue paper to blot. So again, I'm just going in with my regular toilet paper. I'm literally just like blotting around the areas where I actually see the oil seeping through. Now for the purpose of this video, I had not even put any highlight today. So whatever shininess that you see on my face, it's literally the foundation doing the work for us. Although the rest of my face didn't have any oils, I just feel like this is a nice way to kind of give your face a little bit of a refresher before putting powder. And then, because sometimes when you put powder right on top of oils, it tends to be a little bit cakey and it looks more makeupy than you would want it to. So normally I prefer to blot it off and then go in with powder. So I do want to mention that this is in no way transfer proof, because I do have a lot of foundation just on the tissue here. But now, having done that, I'm actually just going to quickly powder my face. So I am going to go in with my face powder that I used earlier. So that's just the Maybelline Fit Me. And again, just using the same brush. To powder everything. And then not going in with anything excess and just putting the rest of it around my face. So I feel like that just revived the foundation again. I think it's renewed its look, and I think it can last a little bit longer now, maybe another 1 to 2 hours before I feel like I want to take it off. Now normally I would, if I had touched up, I would be okay till the time that I went to bed, but because I hadn't touched up today, I just felt, I was very conscious, and the fact that I knew that my face was oily, like I felt like, you know, I just want to take it off. But now that it's clean and now that it looks matte again, which is what I prefer on summer days, I tend, like, you know, I don't mind wearing it again. So yeah, there we go. I am actually going to go back to the claims and then we're going to see, but I'm just going to apply some, I always forget on my final check-ins to apply any kind of a lip product. So I'm just going to go in with the Fenty Glow lip gloss. I don't know. I love how this smells. So good. Okay, now I feel a little bit better. But we're gonna go jump straight into the claims. So the benefits: flawless, face the city, lightweight foundation, SPF 40. Okay, so it claims that it has a natural finish, which when you first put it on, it does feel very natural. I feel like to maintain that natural looking foundation, I would have to touch up. And I have an oily T-zone, but a very balanced face for the rest of the area, especially in summer. So definitely lightweight to a point, especially like, you know, towards the end of the day, it does tend to get a little bit heavy with the oils around it. So I would say that claim is debatable. I'm not sure about harmful environmental aggressors. I think every time you have makeup on, because you have a layer on top, you're protecting your skin anyways, as long as the ingredients of whatever you have on your skin is good. And I think mainly for me, skincare is essential. So, you know, your moisturizers and everything like that will play a big part in that. As far as full coverage goes, I feel like it does maintain its coverage. Like I said earlier in the video, do I think it's full coverage? I think it's medium buildable coverage. I don't have a lot of problematic skin, but I feel like sometimes, depending on the skin issues, you know, certain things would pop up. Like I have a residual pimple right here that you can still see through. So depending on your scarring and your pigmentation, it may not be that full coverage for you. SPF 40, no issues, no dramas there, because I don't tend to take flash photography every single day, so I don't see the need to test that out. I don't think it would bounce back too much, but it does have luminosity in it, so I would just be wary of that. I personally feel like I'm not someone that applies foundation with fingers. I am very much a tool person, so whether it's a sponge or a brush, I tend to go for the sponge most of the times. I just feel like it gives a little bit more of an airbrushed finish, and sometimes with brushes, when I do use brushes, I tend to go over it with a sponge anyway. So, you know, again, it comes down to personal preference. I prefer a sponge just simply because I just feel like it's one and done kind of a thing. And also, it's quick. I feel like you don't have to, you know, there's no patchiness or anything like that. It is very balanced and very even. But yeah. Having said everything, I still feel like I love this foundation. I still feel like it's something that I would wear on a day-to-day basis. It reminds me a lot of the Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation, which I use all the time. Not so much in videos anymore, but it was my holy grail, and I think it still is, and it's always in my collection. So I think it's really similar to the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I think they've just revamped the packaging, they've renamed it, but to me, like when I have this on, I feel a lot like the Maybelline Fit Me. However, I do want to mention that the shade is a little bit different to the Fit Me 220. This one tends to oxidize just a tiny bit, and I think it has a little bit more of a yellow undertone as compared to the Fit Me one. Actually, I have them right here. So the bottle that I have is still this one. I wish, I'm not sure if they've updated the packaging on this, but I hope they have. I would have loved to see, I'd love to see like a pump in it. Oh my god. But it was my holy grail foundation for the longest time. I love this foundation. Now that it's out, I'm gonna wear it tomorrow. But it's like that perfect shade for me. Yeah, it definitely has more yellow undertone to it. So that's what it looks like. Not sure if you can see as well. But this one here, the first one is the Urban cover, and then this one here is the Fit Me. Now, as you can see, it's a bit more translucent with the Fit Me. I think I just did a really poor job of swatching that. But the Urban cover definitely has more of a yellow undertone to it. I think I have a really balanced mix of colors in my skin. I much prefer the natural beige of Fit Me in the matte and poreless than the Urban cover, but I think once you have it on, it's not that big of a difference, I guess. I'm thinking maybe I should do like a half and half, you know, one half to be the Fit Me, the other one to be the Urban cover. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. But overall, do I recommend the foundation? Yes, I absolutely do. Do I think it's good? Yes, it lasts pretty much all day long. Not transfer resistant, but not something that I have an issue with. And again, because I touch up on a regular basis anyway, regardless of whichever foundation I use, I think this does a pretty damn good job. So yeah, take that as you will. But heaps of other reviews are on there. I'm just a little bit late to the game, so as usual. But thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope you found this useful. I hope you found this helpful. I am trying to do a little bit of a better job with foundation reviews, so please let me know if you like this one in comparison to the other ones. But yeah, thank you so much for watching once again. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you later. Oh, don't forget to subscribe and like this video as well. Bye, guys.